The moment I stepped into the courtroom, my mother let out a quiet laugh under her breath. My father just shook his head, but the judge, he went pale, his hand trembling as he whispered, "Dear God, is that really him?" Every face turned toward me. At first, no one recognized me, but they would. 6 years ago, I was the family embarrassment, the son who failed, the one who trusted blood when I should have trusted sense. My parents built Pierce Holdings from scratch, a financial empire wrapped in luxury and lies. I was supposed to inherit it, the heir apparent, my father once said, until my brother Adrian came along. The golden child, the perfect smile, the manipulative charm, the gift for taking what wasn't his. He convinced them I was unstable, reckless, unfit to lead, and when I found proof of his crimes, the embezzlement, the hidden accounts, the forged audits, he made sure they all turned on me. My father called it discipline. My mother called it tough love. I called it the day I stopped believing in family. They forced me to sign away my shares in exchange for silence. A legal trap disguised as a settlement. I walked out of that house with nothing but a cheap suit and a name I couldn't stand anymore. They thought they'd destroyed me. They hadn't. I disappeared, not out of shame, but out of preparation. I crossed oceans, changed my name, and built something new from the ashes they left me in. Every lesson they ever taught me, control, manipulation, power, I used them all against them. Only I did it better, smarter, cleaner, quieter. Within 4 years, I owned 3 companies that worked directly with Pierce Holdings. None of them knew it was me behind the scenes, and while they showed off their empire, I was quietly taking it apart. One document, one company, one acquisition at a time. By the time they finally noticed, I already owned the ground beneath their feet. 2 months ago, I got the summons. Adrian was suing me, claiming I'd sabotaged their assets, leaked private data, and destroyed the family's legacy. The irony almost made me laugh. So, I didn't fight it. I showed up because I wanted them to see what they'd created. The courtroom smelled like expensive perfume and arrogance. My mother sat in her usual designer armor, pearls gleaming under the lights. My father stayed stone-faced, pretending to be in control. Adrian smirked, still convinced I was the broken boy he left behind. Then the judge said my name. Not the one they gave me, the one I built. Mr. Cole Ardon, representing Ardon Global Investments. That's when the judge went white. He knew exactly who I was, and what Ardon Global meant. A silent powerhouse that over the last year had quietly swallowed every remaining asset tied to Pierce Holdings. Legally, strategically, permanently. Adrian's lawyer started talking big, throwing around words like fraud, conspiracy, sabotage. I let him finish. Then I stood up, calm and steady. "Your Honor," I said, sliding a folder across the table, "maybe the court would like to see who actually owns Pierce Holdings." The judge opened the folder. Every page hit like a blade. Contracts, transfers, acquisition papers. All legal, all signed, all binding. My mother's laughter was the first to die. My father leaned forward, scanning the documents with disbelief. Adrian froze. He understood before anyone else did. Every subsidiary, every property, every offshore account. They all belonged to me now. I hadn't sabotaged them. I'd taken them, piece by piece, until their empire was mine. Adrian stood, his voice cracking. "You can't do this." I met his eyes. I already did. My father tried to rise, shouting about loyalty, family, blood. I turned to him, calm as ever. "You taught me blood doesn't make family. Actions do." The judge brought his gavel down once. Case dismissed. And just like that, 6 years of humiliation, loss, and betrayal ended with a single sound. Outside, cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions. Who was I? How did I do it? How did I take down one of the city's oldest financial dynasties? I didn't answer. I just kept walking. My mother chased after me, her voice shaking. "Please," she whispered, "don't ruin your brother's life." I stopped and turned. Her eyes were red, the same eyes that once told me I wasn't strong enough to lead. "His life?" I said quietly. "He ruined mine years ago. I just returned the favor." She started crying, but I felt nothing, because love doesn't survive where betrayal has been fed. Later, when the headlines hit, Pierce Holdings acquired by former heir under new identity, I sat in my office looking out over the same skyline that used to belong to them. Justice didn't burn like fire. It was quiet, controlled, complete. They once took everything from me, my name, my dignity, my future. Now they live in the ruins of what they built, under the shadow of what I became.